Alrighty, welcome. It is 7:07. I will go ahead and call our meeting to order. We have one change to the agenda, the withdrawal of pay request 13 for the water outlets. With that change, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Joe, second by Joel. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, public comments. We have those, they're 5-minute limit. Look forward to hearing from you. We will not take action on anything discussed during public comments, but we will absolutely listen to what you have to say.
Well, on your charges for water and sewer from open lots, I will never use them, I never ask for them. I get that you put them in there when you did the street, but I never requested it or wanted it, and don't feel I should have to pay for that. That was the city's choice to do that for future. That's not something I wanted or needed.
Okay, so to clarify, are any of his properties brand new curbs? Okay, so, the curb stops for your properties were already there prior to the water sewer project? Okay, just clarifying.
You know, there's a lot of properties that really should not be affected on this. My patio, Brenda, you want me to pay for the water and sewer on that patio? You know, and, you know, I was taught in high school a long time ago. Teacher once told me, we can't overanalyze things, we gotta use common sense. And there's certain things you gotta use common sense, whether, and that, it doesn't look to me like you're 100% sure in the legalities of this yet, but, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but you gotta use some common sense in it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Cause, so you're saying, obviously, you're not going to build a business where there used to be a business.
No, it's been altered to a patio. There's not gonna be anything there. Okay. Good point. You know, and fortunately, I had curb stop and sewer taken out on the house we tore down, because I knew I wasn't gonna build there. I built a new garage instead, which under my taxes double on, so you get your tax revenue. I mean, just, you know, you gotta just kind of take everything into consideration. I just don't think it's right.
And like, I'm with Brian as well. Back in 1994, where my house sits, there was a house, we tore it down. We didn't want neighbors, we don't want, as long as I live there, I will never build on there. I can honestly say never will have neighbors. I won't use the sewer, I won't use the water there. Our garage has no water, nothing at all. I pay taxes, as Brian said, and I agree. You get your tax base from that. I keep the property clean, well managed, and I can honestly say this is a consensus of a lot of people. So a month ago or more, we get a letter, whoever owns an empty lot gets a letter from the development board. And guys, be honest, you're all thinking it, I'm just saying it. And now this comes up, I realize there are people that own a lot more lots in Lake Preston than myself. And they want them to be developed. I agree to that, whatever, if John Doe wants to sell his property to the development board so they can build a brand new house because there's more people coming in, kudos to that, I think that's wonderful. But for Dar Deckenecker, that does not want to build on her corner lot at all, it's my children's responsibility to do whatever, I don't think I should have to pay $30 more a month, because I get that there is upkeep to sewer and water, I get that, but we're already paying decent amounts of water bills. You guys know Brenda knows what I give the city. I can't imagine what Brian gives them. I mean, we gotta be fair, and like he said, use a little common sense. I mean, honestly, so let's be honest, did you talk this over with the development board, or is this your guys' own decision?
The development board was completely separate. That was.
I agree to that, but we know how people visit.
No, the development board was strict, they didn't even want to buy the properties. The way that was worded, they wanted to help people list them.
Okay.
So the development board is not trying to solicit properties, not asking for people to sell them to the development board. It was, hey, we're going to have a few extra thousand people in town. If you want help selling one of your lots, let us know.
Okay.
We'll put it on our website.
Yeah, that is true. I was just thinking it was kind of
No.
you know what I'm saying? You get one and then you get another at the same.
No, the timing was before Town and Country Days. That's what that was. So not the same.
So I don't know, I just feel that you guys need to really think about this a little. I mean, don't poke the bear. I mean, we're here. These people, Al's not leaving, we're not, he's got a business, and I think you guys really need to do a little thinking on this as well.
Whose idea was that to put $30 on?
So Brenda, do you want to explain the backstory on that?
So like the backstory was last year I looked into trying to lower our rates, and so then a gal from the state came in, and I had told her that there's a couple of old businesses that had us turn their water sewer off, and so they're not getting charged. And so then she's like, what do you mean they're not getting charged? And I'm like, I don't know, we turned the account off. And so then that led into like how many curb stops there is in town. And so then typically the state in the email, like they want to do the whole surcharge, and like our surcharges are extreme, like $83. And so then that's when Jessica mentioned 25 and 25.
Pause you for just a second. I just want to clarify, this money isn't going in the pocket. It's to pay our loan off.
Right. And then that's what, so.
You got so many stuff on that water bill now, you go down that list, you got charges for this and this and this.
Oh, you're right. There's a lot of charges
Right.
on there, and I'm paying them too.
I know, but I mean to get somebody to pay a $30 bill that don't have it. How in the hell are you gonna get people in this town when you gouge them? To come back in. You better tell them ahead of time that we're gonna gouge you when you come in to build a house.
So
Jessica from Maps
Yeah.
suggested 25 and 25, because I told her that like the 83 is just insane. That's a lot. And so she did the 25, and I think it was the Water Sewer Committee had met, and then you guys decided on 15 and 15. And then all of that would go into separate funds and do balloon payments towards the loans.
And would things get reevaluated if we start paying off loans a little sooner and bills go down?
Right,
One should go into that a little bit.
right,
You
so,
really think that's gonna happen though on
Well,
this?
Hey,
Once they go on, they never come back on.
please.
right, so after everyone started coming in to me, then I called the state again, and so then Holly and I had this whole discussion that she didn't even realize that we had that many curb stops that weren't getting charged. And so then she's like, well, you know, all of those people, if they were included in that surcharge, then all of the rates wouldn't be as high as they are. You know, like it would be split up between all of them, you know. And I'm like, well, I don't think we want to go down that avenue. It was basically just to do balloon payments. So,
How can you charge for some service you don't get?
The charge is for the unit being there and with the possibility of needing repairs down the road. But the entity is already there. It's not that we put them in trying to get extra money or anything. The same amount of money needs to be paid in the next 30 years. And I understand, I'm not arguing for or against the $30. I'm saying the same amount needs to be paid in 30 years. So if we take the extra $30 that we collect and make balloon payments and pay it off, say in 25 years, we're saving all that interest that we would have been paying over those 5 years. So I understand, I'm not arguing for or against, but it's the same amount that gets paid over time. And actually less because we're not paying as much interest.
But you're shoving that interest payment off on these 80 people. So what, if you let it go a little longer?
Not everybody pays.
Yeah, these 80 people.
Not just us 73, I think is on the list.
So I mean, why, to me, you're penalizing people. I mean, I just bought a lot, it's got one on it, I don't want it there. Dig it up. Get rid of it.
At your expense?
I do not,
At your expense?
no, at yours, you put it there, I didn't, I don't want it there.
So,
We won't get into an argument.
no, and to go into the
Why?
history,
You got no comeback or what?
I'm planning to come, that's why I just don't wanna get into an argument.
so, you know, people have brought up the past. Lake Preston, from the 1980s to current, has lost 50 homes. 50 houses have been torn down and not rebuilt. And so, that means that those of us who are here are having to pay that much more. So, yes, you can say that we're singling them out, but not necessarily, because many of them are the ones who tore down those houses and didn't rebuild. So,
They have,
that's
I
50
would
houses.
compliment these people that tore down these dilapidated places and made the town look better. I mean,
City wasn't allowed to tore down to begin with.
So,
it's like she just
That's
got
true,
done
the city
saying.
did want those dilapidated houses to be torn down, they did for some time.
Not without your own expense.
And that was at, we did that.
And I don't understand, how could they put sewer water in on my property? They never asked me if I wanted it when they put it in.
Was it there before? Yep.
But they never asked if I wanted it. I bought the property and never intended to resell it.
That's the same as I ain't been a house there in 30+ years. I specifically asked you, you said to put one there.
On my property, on the empty lot?
Yes, I did.
I'd like to see that one already.
You're not gonna build a shop there ever, you weren't gonna, before,
What would I do with a shop next to my house?
don't know. I got told to put it there.
It'd be pretty tough to get much heavy equipment or trucks in
I
there.
agree.
That just doesn't make a
That
lot
was
of sense.
before you switched jobs.
And so I was gonna build a shop there before I switched jobs.
House or shop?
If I was gonna build anything, it'd be an extension on my own, which already has water and sewer.
I'm not making this up, Kyle. You're one of a few guys that are sitting here that specifically said you wanted one. Plus, there was one there anyway.
There may have been one there
And it
before,
was
but
no
I,
surprise, when you got home that day, and there was an excavator sitting there, at any time, you could've said, hey, just for the record, I don't
you
want
guys had
that."
stuff coming and going all the time. How was I supposed to know who was putting what in when?
You didn't know when they were digging in your front yard, putting a curb stop in.
I don't have any idea what you guys are doing out there half the time. No, I don't. You guys have the whole road tore up.
When the
In
road,
all fairness, I have to agree, when Park Avenue was tore up,
right,
it's hard to
it
tell.
is, it's chaos, it's all,
It's chaos.
I agree.
You
It's hard.
got other guys trenching other stuff in for the MediaCom and shit, I don't even have MediaCom, I got other boxes in my yard. I never asked for them either, are you gonna tell me
Oh,
what
you're
I
talking
can't
about
get with that?
Valley Fiber.
That's the right of way shit, I don't know, we're not gonna get control over that.
Well, what I'm afraid of, you're gonna scare people away.
People are looking for lots,
Huh?
they wanna build there. There are 70 lots, 70 plus lots to be built on in this town,
Yeah.
but nobody wants neighbors, they all want empty lots.
But that's their personal choice.
Yep.
You know, it really is. And I mean, if you guys are gonna not make an agreement on however you're gonna do this, and like Brian and Alan said, you know, the 73 people or whoever is taking the brunt a little bit more for this than whatever, ask yourselves if you're being fair, at least with the amount. What about, you know, because for some, just think, and you guys all know Jerry Brown owns a lot of them, a lot. Just think what he's gonna pay every month extra on his water bill. Now, do you, honestly, you can look at him and say, we think that's fair. Or maybe go half of what you think. $750 for sewer, $750 for water. Something. I know it's not gonna get the payment down in 25 years, you know, but at least it won't put hardship on some of these people. And I came to a couple council members a while back about for us that have to pay 2 water bills, and I'm not complaining about it. But, I felt for the people that were on Social Security, and they were getting all these extra, you know, franchise fees on these bills, and can they at least wait till the end of the month so they can, I'm just saying, be fair, and ask yourselves if you think you're truly being fair. Because it's a lot. And then realistically, if 25 years, my mom's already 85. Is she gonna be here in 25 years and she's paid it all that time? Helping out the next guy, I guess, I don't know, but.
I think that could be said for most of us in the room.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
we're
I-
paying for the next guy.
I don't
No,
know
but
that many
I'm
of us
just
will be
saying,
here in
you know, it's a
25 years.
hardship for some.
Are these vacant houses and stuff getting charged to?
Yep.
You got a whole lot more than,
Cause I got one.
you got a whole lot more than 76 if you wanna run around town and look.
Well, those are shut off.
Well, I know, like, my next question, like, say hypothetically, like, empty lots, like Brian's 2 over here, like, hypothetically, you don't do this. There's a lot of the houses, like, Joe's got 2 houses, Pooh's got 1 house, JB has his church, like, the dentist office, like, those kind of buildings, like, do you think those should be getting like, if there's actually something there that should be getting used?
Anything with a curb stop.
Where'd you come up with this $15 on the sewer and
Right, so that was, an amount, because
We tried to find a palatable amount.
yeah, it was
We were
recommended,
encouraged to pay
right,
all the surcharges plus, what, 35 or 25?
No, like the state
The
said
state,
all
yes,
the,
that's what I
all
referred
the surcharges, but then Jessica was the one that was like 25 and 25.
Right.
And then you
We
guys
thought that was too high, so
Yeah.
that's how we came down to them.
yeah.
to the
'Cause the
15.
state
They
recommended
recommend that.
Something,
Yeah,
because the money was spent already, it's put into the ground.
yeah.
We're just trying to get it.
I think you gotta go up from 10 to 10.
Pardon me.
I think you gotta go up 10 to 10.
Oh, or my other thing would
I
be,
still ain't paying. Yeah.
would be
Well, you have
snowbirds.
What?
The other question for me, for like billing and whatever, would be snowbirds, because some of those snowbirds, like there's,
How does that work?
Still
Can you explain that to me?
How I'm not gonna pay it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's simple.
I don't follow your reasoning.
We'll see what they do, cause I won't have to pay it.
anyway, so snowbirds, ever since I've been here, like if they're here, their account is on and they get charged, but when they're not here, then it's off. Well, I don't think that that's, that would be another scenario. Like, some of those people were on that list.
I'm not against admitting that I was wrong, and I think I was wrong, personally, I guess. If I could go back, I think we need to take another look at it. Personally, I think these people are getting penalized unfairly. They've all made good points. We haven't seen too many people come in and say that it's a great thing that we're doing. We have a lot of people saying that it's a bad thing that we're doing.
We have, to be fair, we have 8 people.
Okay,
And not to say that your mom, or that I'm above being wrong, I think it needs to be readdressed too.
But the 6 people at this table any given Monday, that we're here, the only people that I've seen say it was a good idea. There's more than just these people sitting here that say it's a bad idea.
Well, I don't doubt that a bit. I don't doubt that a bit. But at the end of the day, we have a loan to pay back.
Yeah.
And we gotta pay it back.
Should we throw it on the shoulders of the 76 people? Not that we're throwing the whole thing out there.
No. Here, why don't you see if it makes sense to you?
Yeah, this is a shit job.
I do, if anyone has another comment, I welcome it, otherwise, like I said, we can't take any action. It does sound like council is looking to reevaluate.
Right now, current service resolution, that's what's right here.
Right, the next line,
Next thing on the agenda.
like you guys might wanna table it for right now.
So, you can take action.
You're gonna take action, and we're gonna see what it is.
Or we could continue this and have a discussion. Why pass something that we have to change?
Then have your discussion, we're here.
Right, like I would strongly urge not passing it if you think that it's gonna change, cause we've already had to publish this in the paper one other time,
Right,
so.
that's what I'm saying, we've heard you, it's been discussed, so to me, it doesn't make sense to do the resolution at this time. 'Cause I don't believe that we have a consensus.
How many times have you already talked about this? Isn't this the 3rd time?
It has been discussed for several months.
We've read it
Right,
twice.
like I just hadn't gotten the letters out yet,
Mhm.
because Lord knows I don't do, I guess, anything at my job. I didn't have time
Right.
to get the letters out, and so finally when I got the letters out,
So it had been discussed numerous times.
right,
during
it all
COVID.
started last year,
Yes,
when,
yeah, darn.
I will say, add to Mr. Strandy's comment, there are more people that probably would have been here, but their actual comment is exactly what Brian said. I will not pay it no matter what. I'm not going to the meeting because I'm not paying it. So I do know that came from a few other people that said
And that's
that.
fine.
And so I know that it's just us, but
I understand your point, there's more people that have beef, I get that.
So, yeah.
and I know your guys' job ain't easy, honestly. It's not. It's very
Can I
thankless.
say one more thing? I lowered from 10 to 10. I think I could live with it.
Okay. Well, when we discuss this further, we will take that into account. I greatly appreciate that. Maybe we can find some solution that people can, a pill we can swallow better. But, yeah.
I think it's wrong.
So when is this discussion gonna take place?
Well, council, what are your thoughts? Does it go back to committee? Does it?
Yes, let's put it back to committee.
Okay.
Well, cause I also think that getting a new attorney, needs to be discussed with the new attorney.
Yeah,
I believe.
to follow up.
I'd probably recommend you get an attorney.
But this is one of those things that should be a council decision, not a
Well, it
committee.
will be a council
No.
decision,
Okay.
but the committee will get together, come up with some ideas, throw out some possible options for the
You've been
council to
talking
discuss.
about it for over a
next
year and
meeting.
a half, how many more ideas can you come up with?
Well, considering no one has come to a meeting to complain about this prior to today,
Say what?
has anyone come to our council meeting to say that they did not like this $30?
Jerry Brown did.
One,
Down the,
Al did.
yeah.
yeah, compared to this room, so,
Well, how many do you need? 30 people come? 50?
well, we have 8, so.
How many do you need was the question.
We have enough for us to table this, so,
There is no reason to table it. It's gonna be a council decision to begin with.
We want time to consider it, okay? Let's just leave it at that.
Hey,
Well, I only got
I've sat
one
on that
item.
table for many years. We talked
You're
about
not there
stuff
now.
and we took care of it. We didn't horse around, tried to backdoor people. Like I
We're not trying to
say,
backdoor anybody,
So,
we just want a chance to think about it.
resolution, we can't do it.
nah.
right, right. Right, we could, I mean, if someone's willing to make a
I'd like to know what the
motion,
consensus of the council
we can
is
do
right
that.
now.
I believe we should dissolve it, personally, is what I think. That's what I think, but
And I can see Brian's point and stuff, or the ones that have lots that are never gonna use them as that, I can see where,
It's
There's
exactly
one
kind of
person.
what I wrote up here, is
and
there are certain situations where I agree, you know, the ball got dropped, they probably shouldn't get charged for that curb stop, because it probably shouldn't have been there.
Yep.
But I think there's a distinction between that and people that have bunches and bunches of property, and you darn well, the curb stops were there, and they got put in anyway. Then you can take that, you know, that's, you accept that risk.
How do I know if I hooked into the main?
Pardon?
How do I even know the curb stop on the property I bought got hooked into the main? I didn't see, and it sits right beside a property I'm at every day. And I never seen anybody out there doing anything like that,
Brian,
not once.
take this one.
Usually gravel pit that day.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna suggest you stand in front of it while you turn it
do you know
on.
who that
I
committee
will.
is? Is it the set of the table?
Turn it, dig it up, turn it up. I wanna see the water
I
come out.
think it's Pooh, Joe, Joel.
Okay, so, sounds like Rick, Joe, and Joel
Yeah.
are the committee, so. So, for those of you who want to come next month, they will have met, we will have our points for discussion, and we will move forward.
Who's on the committee? Rick?
Joe and
Joel.
Joel,
Okay.
so. Okay. I appreciate you guys, coming in and sharing your thoughts.
I know Jerry Brown has the most lots, 10 or something. But just for perspective, who gave the land for the ambulance building?
And that is another thing to keep in mind, a lot of people have done a lot of things for this town and asked nothing.
That's very true.
Hey, banner. Probably, people say they can't hear you.
And we'll start with phase 2A. So actually starting tomorrow, Prunty will begin that work on phase 2A. Again, those are the additional blocks of water main on Walters Avenue from 5th to 6th, I'll call it, right in front of Brian's house on the west side of the road. That's gonna essentially create a loop there, so it's not a dead end water main. They'll start that tomorrow, and then possibly tomorrow or Wednesday, they'll begin the loop line at the new water tower site. Go from the west side of the water tower, come around and Walters as well, because right now that water main dead ends at Walters and 209. That fire hydrant that's down in that corner is basically a dead end hydrant, so everybody essentially south of what would be 6th Street there is on a dead end line, so they basically, every time they use water, they're kind of essentially flushing the main. So they'll do that work on maybe tomorrow afternoon, just depends how the day goes. If not, we'll start that on Wednesday. And then, once they complete that, and depending on schedule with the water tower, they'll start the water main work on Park Avenue from the new tower site coming up to 4th Street southeast. So, the Park and 4th intersection.
Oh, okay.
So, and that'll be replacing that existing asbestos water main line. So, I think they're planning about a week and a half and they'll be completely out of here as far as underground work for the year. So, rounds will have to come back in, still need to strip the topsoil on Park Avenue on the west side. So, all the easements are staked and were signed off by the homeowners, so should be good on that end. So, I guess any questions on 2A? Okay. 2E. I'll start with the pay request and then I'll kind of move into a little bit of an update. So, pay request 3 for the phase 2B project is in the amount of $325,958.27. And we have reviewed that and recommended payment to that amount. That does include pretty much all of the utilities on 4th Street. 4th Street and all the storm sanitary water. And then a little bit of a classified.
We're gonna take a break or something, I don't know what happened.
I just noticed,
Did it just start?
it
Who
says
was that pay
2451.
request for?
So, yeah.
Oh, right.
I noticed it when you said it was coming up, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Was it then
did
just
it
then,
miss
or
the
was
whole
it
thing?
I didn't look
I
at it
wasn't
before, I
paying
guess, yeah.
attention either.
Well, I was trying to not stare at my damn.
Yeah, I don't like to stare.
See, this is why I only get from the office.
Are those just relief cuts in front of Jake Burchell's house?
They're tearing that out.
Oh, they're tearing it out, oh, okay.
Yeah, something happened with
Where's that? Oh, wait.
the,
Yeah.
soil cement.
No, there's not much soil cement there, it's all, fabric and oversized.
Over the storm.
Something's going on there.
Okay.
Digging it up will definitely tell a
Mm-hmm.
little more detail.
Is that still warranted?
Yep.
This will be great, this will just be another thing I can ditch down.
Or pick up like that. They got their shoulder.
Where at?
Like that.
They did.
Is it Jake on that?
Okay.
Work it.
Welcome back to our 5 people are good.
I'll start over.
Yeah, yeah.
So, phase 2B, area restoration front heat, the amount of $325,958.27. Banner has reviewed that and recommended that amount. It includes the utilities on Fremont, 4th Street, and then a little bit of the unclassified excavation that's taking place too.
All right.
Come back more.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Then as far as an update on phase 2B, Rounds is currently working on, finishing up the unclassified excavation on Fremont. We'll be moving into 4th Street, probably middle of the day tomorrow. Get everything to grade, and then they're planning to do soil cement towards the end of this week. And then hopefully they can time it right Thursday, Friday, do that soil cement, come back Monday, the following week, and then if the proof rolls out, they're gonna start the base course. We are going to pave one additional block that was planned for next year, it'd be 4th Street from Fremont to Lake. We're not gonna pave the intersection of Lake and 4th yet, that has to get sewer ran up from Highway 14 all the way down there. So we'll stop just on the east side of 4th, or of Lake Avenue. Yep, so they'll go from Spring to the east side of Lake.
My horse would, all the way to Spring.
Yep. And then obviously following the base course, the concrete contractor will come in, start working on getting curb and gutter installed.
And take care of Mr. Latta.
Yep, so I just need a price back from that concrete contractor, have it out to Timmons as well. And see what they get back for a price. I think initially, what Brian and I have talked about is we'll come in, get the asphalt saw cut, get the curb and gutter in. And then if we have to put a little gravel in there until the pavers get here to do the paving work, we can at least put some gravel in there, like we want to cut out about 2 feet of asphalt around that radius for now. Get the curb and gutter installed, put some gravel back in, and then when they come into town for the asphalt work, we'll have them cut that asphalt out and pave it back in at that time.
Okay.
So.
We can do the same, that spot that guy was complaining about, by the planner.
I'm just thinking that'll end up being basically an overlay.
Okay.
Instead of cutting out asphalt, it's just there,
Yeah.
just do an overlay.
Okay.
And at the same time, hopefully we can have the paving contractor on 2B is different than 2A. But we'd also like them on 5th and Park going east, where the Phillips and Valley Gutter were poured, and then going towards the development there. There's supposed to be about 25 feet of asphalt going east to keep that gravel or base course from getting poured into the Valley Gutter. So we're gonna hopefully have them get that put in as well.
Okay.
So, and that was it, right? And then, obviously, the corrective work on Lake, I think they're gonna try to just take care of that when the paving guys get in as well.
While you're on this, Phil, even just a little touch on 2nd Street between Fremont and Lake.
Yeah. That road's pretty beat up, it basically gave away.
On day one.
Yeah, I mean, it was breaking apart with the loader just driving on it, not a load bucket, not even just the loader. So we'll reach out to Danner and just have a conversation with them about including that roadway into the project. We'll have to figure out a good way to surface that for the winter, so it can at least function. Both 2nd, and then there's a portion of Lake Avenue as well, basically 100 feet south, 2nd Street intersection, the intersection itself, and then a little bit to the north, that's basically all going out as well.
Some of these kids are
Yeah, they are. We have a progress meeting tomorrow morning, so we'll talk about it around, try to come up with a game plan to figure out how to quote unquote limp those at least until next year, and then that roadway reconstruction would take place next year on Second Street, and then obviously Lake Avenue. So, they did put the storm sewer in today on Second Street from Fremont over to Lake. They basically just capped that off, it'll be like that for the winter, and then next year, when they do that storm sewer work at that intersection, they'll bring it into the new boxes. So, as far as the water main work, they do have the water main on Fourth Street done all the way to Main Avenue there. They're gonna hold off on tearing into Main Avenue this year, primarily with harvest coming up, and we're doing the work on Park Avenue, we don't want closed essentially at the same time. So, you may notice they bladed all the topsoil back in for right now, cause they hadn't cored out for the roadway. Put the water main in, put the topsoil back, they'll come back next spring and address that and get that roadway built through there. Miss anything on 2B?
No, and as far as Second Street and that little bit of Lake Avenue, it's just gonna have to be gravel surface for the winter. And that's gonna be my recommendation to those guys tomorrow, is to just do the removals now and put in some temp surfacing.
Yeah, we'll have to just haul in some base course temporarily.
So I had a resident from that street stop in and talk to me about that,
I'm sure, it's bad.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should go out and gravel in there now, put it back in.
Third or second?
Second, from Fremont to Lake.
Oh,
You put the oil on it, is that hard enough for the winter?
I'm thinking by the time Jeremy gets done with it, it'll be ours or rock.
Okay.
I mean, it might pump out in the spring, just from payload or whatever, but at least it's something that is passable, and we're not slinging all these chunks of asphalt in people's yards.
But, yeah, I mean, you look down there on Fifth Street, that, that never comes gravel.
Not yet, not even close. I mean, I bladed it twice. And all I had to do, the only reason I had to blade it is to pull rocks back up to the center of the road. I'm not saying it's gonna below that's any good, but at least to get us through the winter, when it freezes, we're going.
Yep. So springtime could be, there's a good potential there'll be some issues there in the springtime. More than likely though, with the amount of work that Prunty's gonna have next year, as part of this 2B project, I would anticipate them as soon as the weather allows, probably, towards the end of April, they'll be in here, so there'd be that short time frame between probably the end of February to the end of April where it might just take a little maintenance, depending on rain and how the frost comes back.
Cause if we got a blizzard right now, and we went down Lake Avenue, we'd tear everything up. We'd tear manholes off, it just shows you how bad they built these roads were. You can't build these roads on black dirt, and that's what they did.
Yep.
So, the only other thing on 2B, I'm sure you guys probably noticed, there's a televising crew and a back truck running around town.
Yeah.
Oh, down the street here?
Yeah, they're on Third Street,
What are they doing?
finding so the last time that Third Street and, this morning they cleaned Highway 14 from Main Street going west. The last time those were cleaned and televised was 2015 when we put the original facility plan together. Those two areas were listed as a level 4 out of 5 for severity and need of replacement. I do know that underneath of Highway 14, there's some areas where the entire top half of the sewer main is missing. It's basically cracked and fallen out. So as part of this project, we talked with Danner and, got these guys in to televise it. We'll evaluate the condition now. I don't think we're gonna go tear up Highway 14, but there's some alternatives. Lining would be probably the best alternative underneath Highway 14. Third Street, if there's some areas that are poor enough, lining wouldn't be sufficient. There's the potential we could add those in as well to the water main's okay, the water main's PVC, class C 900, not concerned with the water on Fourth, but, you know, we could potentially have Prunty come in and take a 20-foot section of the asphalt out down the center of the road and replace the sanitary sewer. With all the blocks we've done to this point, there's Third Street and the Highway 14 for sewer that's got, cause really Brian and Doug should be seeing a significant increase in the I&I or the use of the lift station. But it seems to be staying fairly consistent.
I feel like we're draining your sewers.
Right.
I think we're draining your sewer right now, I really do.
So, just looking, and I sent Brian a video, like on Third Street between Lake and Fremont, that sewer main is cracked at 6 o'clock is the bottom, where the wall of water flows or comes in. It's cracked at 6, 3, 12, and 9. So, basically, all 4 locations is cracked, and it's starting to collapse in some areas. Actually, the sewer main out in front of City Hall, for City Hall service, is actually collapsing. So they've seen that today with the televised. So that's what they're doing in town. That way we can review that footage and determine if there's anything additional, since there are some available funds yet in 2B to try to address something. They'll be televising on Highway 14 tomorrow, so that'll be kind of busy again. We're
Tune in.
Yeah, I mean, we provided the traffic control today between us and Brian and Doug, so, but, I guess that's kind of where we're at with these 2B.
Okay.
Water tower. So, just working through some things on the tower. So, they were hoping to have it, we were hoping to start filling today, we were getting into some issues again. McGuire's planning to be on site tomorrow to hopefully address some of those issues, but we're not entirely sure how set back they're going to be on their schedule. So hopefully they can get it figured out. Really, we need that tower operational for Prunty to put that water main in up Park Avenue. If it's not, we'll have to work with Kingbrook. Runoff of pressure in town for a little bit. Not ideal, but it may be something that we have to do. So, and then as far as the existing tower, from the progress meeting today, right now, they're planning for the end of September would be the demo of that existing tower. A lot of that's gonna be contingent on, what they can do to fix some of these issues at the new tower. So, hopefully that doesn't get pushed, and hopefully they can get these items addressed at the new tower, and they can still share.
Having a few leaking issues, it sounds like.
Yes.
Leaking where? Up in
Yes.
the bowls?
No, on the standpipe, where the water goes up to the pool. So, Brian and I climbed it today, and, yeah, there's some areas that are visible, or some of the areas that are wrapped in the insulation already. The water's just dripping out of the insulation, don't really know. They're basically gonna have to go up there and check every joint on that standpipe, pull all the insulation off, fill the tower, verify each joint. So, not ideal. So,
Man, years ago, when we were painting this one here, and we learned on red tape or fine print, I guess it was. So we were under the assumption it was gonna be sandblasted. But in the fine print, it said if it's been painted before like 1969 or whatever, it's lead paint and we don't have to paint it, or don't have to sandblast, we can just paint it.
Oh.
So they saved a lot of money by exercising that fact that none of us on the council were aware of. The other company was gonna sandblast it, but they were gonna do, I think
Encapsulated
it's
somehow.
white or somewhere the other day, it was all encapsulated. Eastman? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. And, so then the big head boss come up and offered, feed him down and sit and have cocktails with him in his office, but we heard how great McGuire iron was and blah, 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 so for some reason it maybe isn't a surprise it leaks.
Yeah, I mean, this welder was significantly better than the last welder. It just wasn't quite good enough.
Only a few pinholes, not
Well, not running, like it was.
Stick a cork in it.
It's just little
You know?
tiny dribbles, but those dribbles over a year.
Yeah. Like a giant round toilet.
Well, and there's, it's all thin stainless steel, so I mean, it is,
Well, that's stainless.
yeah, it is difficult, obviously, to
Yeah.
weld in the field. Some of these welds should have happened in the shop, where they can actually run it through a machine, as opposed to a hand weld. So, I think that's probably what happened the first time, is they ended up just burning through the thin walled stainless steel, and that's what we were
That
seeing.
first stainless could be a booger as well.
Especially if you're in a very good welder.
And they did multi-pass on this one, it still dribbled.
Seen a t-shirt today that said, "Step out of the ways, boys, let the old man show you how to be a welder."
Probably some truth in that.
I guess that's all I had for the water tower.
Okay.
Oh, do we have a date when we think that's gonna be
Nope.
validated? No? No?
No, all we got told was they're gonna have somebody on site tomorrow to come and take a look and start hopefully fixing it. I don't
It'll
know.
get fixed when it gets fixed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the fix is, you're gonna have to try to pull it off or weld it some more, or I'm not.
There's no way you're gonna weld 45 feet in the air.
Hanging onto the ladder.
Well, there's stupid people out there.
Yeah.
Or most of that was welded on the ground.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
loaded on
Oh.
the bench. So, I don't know what that line's gonna be.
Yeah, if they can't do it on the ground, they probably can't stand it up.
Yeah. So we don't have picture class 13. I didn't know.
Yeah, she had me pull it.
Okay.
Okay. It's a TAP grant.
Yes, so just a quick update on the tap, we're still working through the design. The plan is that landowner meetings will take place in September here. So we'll send, probably work with Brian, either myself, Brian, and Doug, however we wanna do it, we'll get these letters out to these residents. And then basically we'll have an Excel spreadsheet, we'll take one full day, just say September 15th, from 8 to 5, and we'll give them 30-minute time slots, and allow them to pick their time to come in and sit down, and we'll go through the plans with them, discuss any temporary easements that might be needed, or, what the impact to the frontage of their house would be. And September 15th is not the date.
Yeah,
was
I was just like, so
Yeah.
working people, but yeah.
Yeah, and so and that'll be part of it, we'll give more than likely a letter, let people know. My hope is to give them kind of the time slot deal. I know somebody like Terry, probably, depending on the time of year, we might have to meet with him at 7 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock at night, right? So, we'll just have to do what we need to do to make sure we meet with all these residents, that way everybody's aware of the project, and it will be, basically is a requirement of the DOT to hold these landowner meetings, so.
And if you say something, get it down in writing, so
Yeah,
somebody can't come in, well, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Just the,
and I know, like, honestly, Terry's yard is probably gonna be in the southwest corner there of Park and Forth. His is gonna be the most difficult because his boulevard is so much higher than what the sidewalk's gonna be.
Oh.
And so right now, in design, and I already knew that was gonna be the information, we're actually gonna put a curb on the backside of the sidewalk. So that way, that slope of his yard is high enough to the curb, and probably be 6 inches higher than what the sidewalk's gonna be. That way, it's still mobile up along there. Then as that curve works to the west, it'll slowly taper down once we catch up.
This is just a curiosity question, but people that don't have it, like, heatings or something, is that gonna affect their that gonna add more to their property taxes? Or is it not,
No,
since it's a
per
highway?
Per front foot.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I didn't know, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cause there's what, I mean, that's outside, there's kind of spurts. where
Yeah.
there's- Right,
3 blocks of it.
Okay.
yeah. So, with that then, final design and meeting with the city would take place sometime in October would be the hope. And then submittal to the DOT bid letting would be December, January. There's, even if we got it to them in November or October, there's, by the time it goes through there, it's gotta go through a DOT review and federal highway review. So by the time we get through 30 days of DOT review, 30 days of federal highway review, there wasn't gonna be any construction to take place this year.
Sure.
Anyway, so we'll get through that, get those plans over to them, December, January timeframe, get it on their bid letting schedule, and then have the construction start first thing this week. So there are a few dates I know we've discussed with Brian on, like in front of the pool, like that has you guys gonna have an interim date to be done by May something, I think it was. You know, in front of the school, we probably don't wanna start that until after school's out, so we'll have to work through some of those interim dates to make sure that we're not affecting both school and other businesses along there, so. I see questions with that there. Okay, chip sealing, I'll start with substantial completion is September 13th, Saturday. It's not gonna happen before this Saturday. Myself, a couple people out of our rookie's office, a couple people out of our sheriff's office, there's 6 communities, I think, on our multi-community chip seal. Basically, every person representing each community is called the contractor. Nobody's heard back, we've called their office multiple times, letting our office know we're trying to get a hold of this guy. Nobody's still been able to get a hold of him. So, we're trying to figure out how to get a hold of the contractor. Their initial date when they were gonna do all these was towards the end of September, is what they had given us originally. We haven't heard anything different and haven't been able to get a hold of anybody. So, we're gonna continue to work through that and try to get a hold of this contractor. In the meantime, I'll work with Brian and Doug to get all the crack sealing done on the streets that we're planning to chip seal. That way, honestly, I could see them just rolling into town one day, and they're gonna only be here for 2 days to do it all. They'll come in, they'll chip it one day, they'll fog it the next day, and they'll be out of here. So,
Was this somebody you worked with before?
yeah, they did our multi-community chip seal last year.
No
And
problems then, or?
no, and the quality of work was really good. They're a very large asphalt surfacing rehabilitation, basically, company. So they're all over the United States, so, where exactly they're at right now, I'm not sure, or where this guy's at that we're trying to get a hold of, I'm not sure, but we're gonna continue to try to coordinate with them. Obviously, we need to know for crack sealing, and they need to be able to provide some sort of notice to the residents to make sure they're not parking on the street.
Right.
So, that's part of the reason we're trying to get the schedule, or from them, so. Is there anything else?
We're good to get that cycle going.
Yes. Yep. Other than that, am I missing anything?
Perfect. Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
I appreciate it. As do we appreciate it. All right, approved minutes of the August 11th regular meeting. Anyone catch anything?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Joe, second by Joel. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Personnel Committee. Anything?
So I mean, I'll talk for them because they didn't meet technically.
But you, yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, go ahead.
The exit interviews were one of them. I think they reviewed them. You guys probably want to talk about them in executive, I assume. And then, so I had reached out to Todd. He's willing to take us back. And, where did I put that email? I think Donna wanted me to ask about, like, rates.
Yeah. So in the past with Delta, we just had a retainer. And with, Todd, previously, we would just get bills, Brenda said maybe like
Twice a year.
But,
Yeah,
so she asked maybe something a little more frequently.
like
He said
quarterly.
He charges $250 an hour for work. And he said he'll do whatever we want, if we want to do the retainer, but for those months when he doesn't do anything, he doesn't give us our money.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so that would be,
So instead of retaining, we're gonna go with the hourly deal?
right. And then he said he would charge at the frequency we requested, so.
Yeah, so if we probably wanted to try quarterly,
Okay.
might be good.
Whatever works best for some books and stuff. Do we need to make a motion to make him our attorney or anything?
Well, yeah, so I don't know if you guys had any discussion about it or et cetera. But yeah, you would just need, and then I think, I have a little tidbit somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Right, yeah, so the reason, just for those of you who maybe haven't been tuned in, we discussed this before, but we were looking for a new attorney because our current new attorney has taken on additional obligations and has said he just does not have the time that we would like him available, so that's the reason that we are parting ways with John Delzer, so. Clarification on that, so, yeah, Joel or anyone, if someone wanted.
I'll make a motion to, go with, Todd Wilkinson.
I'll second.
Motion by Joel, second by Austin, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, and then, yeah, we'll go into executive. Oh. Yeah. But they can skip this part.
I already got a text.
Well, it maybe had 0 viewers.
Wondering.
It says stream finished. 0 views.
Does it just like close out?
Everybody's watching football.
Right, yeah. Anyone getting updates on their phones?
Yeah.
Still. All right, so we'll go into executive for the pool staff stuff. And then did health, safety, and police meet about code enforcement?
We did not.
Okay, so you'll meet in September, so we decide.
We will set a date.
And I know when I talked to Todd, he had kind of asked me if there was certain like high topics, and I just told him that code enforcement's always one, and he's been helping Bryant a lot with just taking them to court if they haven't done anything. And so he knows those, and then I told him about TIF coming up whenever.
For the hayfield?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
when was the,
I gotta see how this.
roll-off's gonna come back? Is that over?
She's gonna address that.
Shut his
in
water
her-
off.
Yeah, I'll do it in
Oh,
my
it's
section.
Just like you do
Oh,
for
okay,
everybody
okay.
else.
Roll-offs.
The falls cleanup.
Better have a good attorney. Did you hear that one too?
yes, yes.
In the back row?
I only know what that thing looks like.
Okay, so, Brian?
Yeah, Thursday, it sounds like NCNR is gonna be here to winterize the pool.
Okay.
They're usually pretty self-lubricating, they just show up and do their thing and leave. I know I was gonna ask Brenda today, but I just start getting on people's radar in the next month or month and a half on the last day for the dump ground. Something to
Oh.
start.
Whether,
thinking about.
yeah.
Well,
What?
I suppose we better wait till after the leaves fall
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Normally, I think it's in October. but-
It's in October, we still
Just
have,
wanted
yeah.
to get it on radars.
off. Oh, okay, yeah.
I've had a few residents approach me about bringing up a camper on Lake Avenue that got put there and hasn't moved since it got put there. Between the highway and Second Street.
Oh.
And it's,
South?
yeah,
Okay.
so, by the Olsons.
Is it
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
illegal,
God.
like, is it licensed and everything, or?
Never looked, I just, bring it up. Weeds growing around in the gutter, which you can't get to, whatever. I mean, not that we really want to spend a bunch of time on that road, it's gonna get tore up, but, I fear it's not gonna be moved before snow. Somebody.
Yeah, so, yeah, maybe it's a matter of asking Brenda to make contact. I'm guessing we know who it belongs to,
Yep.
so,
Yeah,
just finding out what his intentions are.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one thing to have
Well,
something that you know is getting used, a job trailer, whatever.
Right.
But this thing literally hasn't moved,
Yeah.
how long has it been there?
couple months.
Does that person even have a vehicle that pulls a trailer? Okay.
Which is confusing me even more on why it's there.
How it got there.
Well, that might be why it's still there.
Or
Okay.
why it's there.
Okay.
so if you get hold of it, that thing needs to be moved now.
Which is, the resident that approached me about it said, is there anything in the ordinances that states street parking for X amount of time or whatever? I don't
Right.
know. And if there wasn't, then there should be.
Yeah,
I think there is, but
yeah,
look through.
no.
Like, you'd think that there'd be ordinances for several of these things?
Yeah, but then we divert back to the reason we're in the shoes we are now is because back then nothing got done.
So, yeah, do you mind looking for an ordinance on that?
Yeah,
Okay. And then,
'Cause,
yeah, making contact.
you know, like something like that in Brookings, that
Oh.
after 10 days,
Yeah.
like,
No parking.
No,
Yeah.
none,
Yeah,
yeah.
my old boss lived in an HOA, you couldn't have your camper parked there for 48 hours, had to be moved off the street.
Like, there's certain things that
Your house, certain
Yeah,
colors.
that's true.
be different, but, I mean, in certain cases, we get it, but this is,
Yeah.
Right.
when this person came up to me and said, I was like, okay, well, we'll start paying attention. Once you start paying attention, they're right. It's not moved, it's just sitting there. But, I couldn't remember if I brought up our sewer inspection or not last meeting, or after that. We did Danner was here, did an inspection.
Yeah, so
After our
no,
meeting? Okay. Seems like that all went good, there was just, a few little tick-tacky things that they just recommended, nothing. And we haven't got the report yet, have we? Back from them?
I don't think so.
They usually send a big packet and all that.
Yeah,
Everything they said, they actually asked to take photos of our new training purposes, cause they're all good. They said it looks like a golf course out there, they said they loved it, the riprap looks good, the weeds are all sprayed, and they said that's a good training.
Did you run water down this year?
Well, that helped us big time, 'cause
Yeah.
a couple years ago, we were,
I was saying, I haven't seen us, when you guys say like, limit your water usage or whatever,
yeah, and a couple years ago, we were basically telling people to turn everything on, and leave it on.
Yeah.
We were considering having to pump water from the lake into there, just
Oh,
good to hear that we had a good meeting and everything, and as far as paperwork and whatnot, I think we're all squared away. As good as we need to be anyway. We did have a water leak in the park at the campground, right off Park Avenue. That was fixed, and then at some point, just pulling that meter up, it's coils, and then the meter bit, and then there is an extension on it, which means that the coil is only made to go 6 to 7 feet. Well, that extension is a foot, so we put it up a foot to get it in where we wanted it, to check it over, work on it, whatever. We did the leak, everything sounds good, no leaks. As soon as we lowered it down, it was leaking. After we backfilled. So we didn't get the topsoil, thank God, but, so we did put a new meter pit in there, fix that. And then that was actually kind of, took away from our fall plan of fixing the drain in the park, for budget purposes, right there between 5 and 7. Basically by the pay station, basically.
Oh, okay.
There's a drain there, and when we televised it last time with our push camera, it was collapsed like 9 feet in. So, but yeah,
Never ends.
we'll have to do it in the spring, right away. Get some grass established.
A storm sewer drain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of lagoons earlier, I think it's our old lagoon off of the park down there. Is that isolated from the lake now? The water level gone down so much that it's just sitting all by itself now?
There's 2 of them there.
Is there?
One just eroded, and, yeah, that's not even ours, I mean, it's part of the lake, yeah.
Well, I was wondering if it's
That's all.
stagnant water, now are we getting mosquitoes from it?
Yeah.
I was wondering if we could throw something in there to kind
No.
of keep them from breeding.
They won't breed in that.
They won't.
No.
Perfect. That's all I wanted.
Way too much movement there.
I wasn't sure.
Our
If it was
mosquitoes are-
isolated from the lake.
our
I was thinking,
mosquitoes
like, sit
are-
still long enough, but.
All our mosquitoes are breeding because Joe's feeding them.
Thanks, Joe.
I can't even
That's
use
the
my
worst
hot
in town right there. But we actually threw stuff in there, yeah, and it doesn't seem like enough. I got murdered today standing there. That's all I had for now, I guess.
Okay, thank you. Miss Brenda.
Okay, so I think every year I bring this up, like, should this be a thing I bring up every year, or are we just gonna continue to do the sponsorship one? Like, like we have that little ad, like we used to pay more to get a big ad, but the last like 3 years we've just done this one. So is that
How much is it?
still good? Yeah, $240. Okay.
Other towns.
Yeah, Volga, Woonsocket, Carthage, Howard.
We're kind of
If
right in the
Carthage
thick
could
of
fork
it.
up to $40, I think.
Yeah, I
we
know,
could find it.
right, yeah. Okay, so, gosh, I don't remember when it was, but you know, all of my area finance officers ended up meeting here. And so we had a pretty good time. We had a little trailer and Doug drove us around town and got to see all the new stuff, the new streets, the new development area, water tower. And so it was good. A lot of those ladies like had follow-up questions, and so yeah. And of course some of them were gonna show their council all of our surcharges, because some of those other communities don't even want to do projects because they don't want to implement the surcharge. So
Well, it's not gonna get cheaper though, unfortunately.
right.
Like they've told us numerous times, we're very fortunate that we started when we did.
Right.
Our base is lower than what other people's bases will be.
Yeah. So yeah, that was good. I think that's all I had really.
Oh, roll
Yes, thank you.
Oh, roll-offs. Okay, so in October, we'll do our fall cleanup. I think I have it from the 3rd to the 13th.
maybe the 14th, the 13th is a holiday. So
Oh.
um,
Okay, so October.
Okay.
3rd to the 4th. So then that gives people the two weekends. Okay.
Thank you. Approval of claims. Is someone going to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Motion by Jeremy, second by Joe. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. The financial report.
I don't think I saw anything weird.
No. Anyone else see anything remarkable?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, motion by Austin, second by Joel. Any other discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. All right, so the old business, the building permits. Do we have any?
We didn't.
Okay. And then nuisance properties, kind of going to be discussed in September. But do you wanna speak up on Tim's behalf?
Oh, right. So, last meeting I had mentioned that I didn't get that, oh, it's right here, that the printout that he normally does.
You sent it
Well,
to us next week, did you? The next
right,
week?
because it took a whole month to get from Brookings to here. So he had sent it out, but
Yeah.
it took a whole month. So,
Yeah. So,
Truly was
I mean, that's even worse than walking it over here.
They're worried about our gravel potholes.
Second reading of 471 TAC 25, budget appropriation ordinance. Alright, so, ordinance 471 TAC 25, the 2026 appropriation ordinance. Alright, so,
there was one thing that I changed. So typically we have our contract law meeting in like July, August.
yeah.
But I don't know, I reached out and I think Delzer is the main person with that.
Oh, yeah.
And then I even talked to Shelley one day. And so I put it back to what we have
Yeah.
been. And then I put that extra in contingency.
Okay.
So then I guess if they up it, then we'll just have to do a move, right, from contingency.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
so that's why contingency isn't an even 20,000 anymore.
Okay. So from government funds, we have a total of $796,805. And then we've also got our government funds in the amount of $796,805. So, any discussion on the second reading? Alright, so, roll call.
Motion by.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
I would need a motion to.
So motion.
I think that's the first time you got on.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody else been butting in too quick. Oh, I thought you were asleep over there.
Jeremy gave you a good 5-6 seconds to say something fast.
Alright, a motion by Joel, second by Rick, so, a roll call vote. Joe.
Aye.
Jeremy.
Aye.
Joel.
Aye.
Austin.
Aye.
And Rick.
Aye.
All ayes. Okay, clarification on the surplus items.
Okay, so I spoke to Telzer and he referred to the 613-4 codified law. He basically said that if we want to get rid of them, he suggested taking the bids, but you can reject them from 1613-5, and no, there's no percent of the appraised value needed.
There was what, pickup and something else?
Two pickups and some
Sprayer.
motor.
I did do this one.
I'm sure we could get more money, but is it worth the hassle?
Can we accept some and reject the others, you know?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Right, I think you guys can,
I don't know if there's
Take
something
and
where
reject.
Well, I
if you
don't
accepted
think
one.
it's a long, no.
The two pickups you had a bid, but no, not the sprayer.
right, the fogger,
Yeah.
the one,
This one.
No.
Okay.
those are
Any of the bids really low where we
Was
should.
one of them 12 or 13 or something?
the. So the 1992, there was a bid of 1,355 from Jim Conrad, and then 250 from Jerry Brown. That was the Dodge.
Yeah.
And then the 1980 Chevy was 300 from Jerry Brown.
What year was that, Chevy?
1980.
Let them have it.
You know, if it wouldn't have been a conflict of interest, there would have been more money.
Could have had a proxy.
Yeah, but too late in the day to,
Oh. All right, so,
I didn't donate anything.
You didn't go for straight 6 on
so just a motion to give them to the highest bidder.
Right, like you're gonna have to do
Two, one for the 1992
Okay.
Dodge to Jim Conrad for 1,355. Motion by.
So moved.
that? I'll second.
Alright, so the 1992 Dodge, motion by Joe, second by Austin. Any other discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. 1980 Chevy for, was it $300?
Jerry Brown.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Jeremy, second by Joel. Any other discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
Maybe get rid of the non-bidded items, or scrap that.
Is this the whole time?
Yeah, how does it work now? Can somebody come in and buy it?
Whatever that's. 16-3-5 says.
That basically goes to the city's discretion.
Yeah.
right.
Cause I mean, if somebody wants that, take other stuff off and sell it. You sell the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying, I can.
Sell the whole thing, oh, we're off again.
They can take it off and do what they want and dispose of it. Yeah, but I do. Yep. 2015? 10 years old. But it's a direct ride. It'd be perfect for a farmer with a junk auger. That's what I keep thinking of.
Nobody has that anymore.
We all plug in a cord now.
No, this one, all this spray and stuff.
Alright, AAA collection agreement. If you recall from last month, we decided to go with AAA. So we now have a contract, someone willing to, make an agreement, a motion to make it official.
I'll make it.
That's it.
There you go.
It's hot.
Alright, motion by Jeremy, second by Rick. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Closing Main Street for, on second to third, from second to third for trunk or treating on October 24th. so,
I'll make
just,
the motion.
thank you.
I'll say that.
Seems to have won.
Motion by Austin, second by Jeremy, any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Alright, and Brenda wants to advertise for coaches already, so. Yeah.
Yeah, every year at this time.
You're done.
You need a motion to advertise?
No, just a okay to get it in the paper.
Okay,
Okay,
you have your okay.
yeah, several, okay, so you can put it in the multiple things.
Brenda, you want my signature here?
You wanna tell her it's off of me?
Throw something at it.
It's done.
Right there.
Okay. Alright, so we have the librarian evaluation. We're already going into executive for personnel, so. Alright, which brings us around to employee concern.
I might not be here the next two meetings, so I'll let you know. On December, I'm gonna take like a month off because I'm getting a hip, so.
You're gonna say hippie.
Yeah.
Oh, hip.
Yeah. That's all I got. I forgot to bring up that the other portion, that the county building is gone. That's much better. But, and then also I was just gonna ask if we can delegate that surplus money to streets paving. It's not a lot, but it adds up.
Yeah. Seems like a good use for it.
It just
Yeah.
goes into the general government fund, so I don't know. It can be.
Everyone's not budget this year or for?
No, I'm just, yeah, there's a lot coming up next year too, a lot of pocket stuff.
Mhm.
This year we didn't do anything besides, chip seal stuff.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to,
We got a lot of that kind of stuff going on.
yeah, it's nice to
Like-
build, our goal is to do a block of Second Street, by your dad's,
Oh, yeah.
out of pocket.
Like at the end of the year, when there's a lump sum still in that paving one and you wanna keep rolling it over, which isn't ideal, but if we keep rolling it over, that little portion can be rolled over in that. Yeah.
That works.
Yeah. So no, but, yeah, Second Street, cause that one that's gonna get done, the other one's gonna get half paved to Rodney's Alley, just past it, I think. And then if the project does the other block, and then we can do the other block, then hopefully the following year, or the year after that, we can do that last block. Yeah,
Oh, that one, yeah.
and that's the worst street in town to be done. That's our goal, is to do one.
Yeah, I mean,
It makes no sense to do all this project and then have the roads tied together. all
yeah.
the time. That's all I had.
I'm good.
Joe.
Just curious why beside the motel, there's those cones that are blocking off an area.
Because if and when they come, this is something to work out with the school. They wanted to block off, those first three spots, people wouldn't back in if there really weren't for an asphalt project. And
More safety.
And then Dana and I decided to barricade that off to ensure, nobody parked there camping or gone for a hunting trip with somebody for the day. When construction might need to happen there.
Okay. I'm sure they've got a pretty big day.
It's just gotta be dug out.
They're not big when they gonna show up the day somebody parks there.
That's right. That was what me and Dana had come up with, is that our fear was gonna be that would happen. It happens just so much that you have to figure it like that, so.
That was kind of thing I was curious.
Good.
Good. I guess the only thing was shortly after our last meeting, I drove past Jan Motley's place. It had just gotten done raining, it probably rained about an inch in an hour or so. She didn't have any water standing in her yard, so.
Oh, yeah,
I guess
I go by
personally,
there too.
I don't think there's any changes that should be made.
And I've
My
visited,
It's a non-issue.
well, I've visited her a couple times since our last meeting, and as well as Cedric. Yeah, yesterday when I visited, she, God bless her, she has moved her flower bed back again for the third time.
Tomorrow it's getting staked.
Yes, the surveyors, Cedric said we're coming early this week, he wasn't sure Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. She is very confident, and looking at the temporary stakes that were there, I do believe she's back, and she's willing to move more if she has to. She wants it done to design so that we don't have issues, because yes, there wasn't water, at the last time, so.
So she's good with doing this by design.
They're putting surveys, they're putting right-of-way stakes every 50 foot.
Right, right,
So we-
yes. So I
But
will visit with her
Is
again.
it staying as is or going to design?
She will not want design.
Well,
Cause I had just talked to Cedric today.
yes,
It's the reason
I will
was-
clarify with her after she sees them, because I explained to her, people are speaking different languages. So, her concern is that she understands between her property line and the road, do whatever. She understands it might be harder to mow, she gets that, but, I mean, her property is her property, and this swale should not, like, I don't want things in on my property either, so.
I don't think the swale was ever intended to go anywhere.
Right, so she understands that it will be right up to her property line. So, once we see it staked, then I will visit with her again. Cause yeah, people walk away from these conversations saying, yep, we had a good meeting, I think we're in agreement, and then it turns out the same languages are not being spoken. So, yeah. But thank you for following up.
That was all I had.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
Okay. John Mack did have something. He. I have to go back. He's been asked by a few residents about some birds in his neighborhood that are very noisy. So he was wondering if we could look up. I know we have rooster rules, but I don't know if it's rooster specific or noisy bird specific.
I think it's rooster.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
I know, I still had a lady call about squirrels.
Oh, well, they're gonna hibernate soon, we'll be fine.
Birds will fly south from me.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I don't think that these will. No,
Yeah,
I
they
don't think they're.
Like it's someone who has chickens or,
Not chicken.
oh,
I can explain it later.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like, but they're not concerned about the coyotes that are around once in a while.
I know, I can hear coyotes from my house.
yeah, yeah. And I had one, so last time was in the park bathroom, so we still have our graffiti.
Right,
Can
so
we
Brian,
paint?
no, I'm not
We
painting.
just had a meeting.
Brian and I just had a meeting with our insurance guy to go over all of the specific things.
Yeah.
And we kind of went through and took some of them off, like the rainbow play system. I think we took off of there. And so he was gonna get me an email sent so that we could get that company to get in there and sandblast it.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, just some, I mean, it was bad that we had to have it up for Town and Country Days.
Right,
So,
yeah.
yeah, if it's happening soon, that's great, but,
Well, because people also think that it keeps happening. Like, no, it's still the same stuff.
yeah.
Well, the problem is, if we don't do something like it, it'll grow. People think it's okay to do that.
Yeah,
So.
well, then you have to move out of state to avoid the law. There's options available. Alright, our next meeting is October 6th, which is not the second Monday. At 7, and we'll be back at, well, no, we should maybe be here.
I would rather not.
I understand, I don't know how much community involvement.
Pretty sure that those 8 people could have shoved in my office.
That's fine, yeah, so if we're in your office, then that's fine,
Yeah, we're doing the office.
okay.
Because also, obviously, the YouTube doesn't work.
No, it doesn't like our Wi-Fi very much. Okay, so, with that, we will go into executive if there is a
For
motion.
both personnel and
Yeah,
legal.
for personnel and legal.
So moved.